Welcome back, and on today's show, Letting Children Be Children, we've been discussing the messages sent to children through the media. Here's a clip from a Children's Society video.
Go on. Go on. Go on. Yes! Still got it, son.
Emily, come on!
First steps. New teddy, it's as big as me. Tall enough to ride the roller coaster. Got my first phone, yay! I met a nice person down the high street. I think I'm in love. Met their friends. They drink a lot. I don't like where they touch me. Mock exam time, I can't think. I said no again, but it never stops him. 15th birthday, told Mum I don't want to party. They're outside again, right now. I feel sick.
Joining us in the studio is Leonie Gasper, an intensive support worker from the Children's Society. Hi, Leonie.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, welcome.
And I'd like to ask you, what are the signs that a child is being sexually exploited?
So children may show signs of being sexually exploited in different ways. Quite often, the child may become more secretive, so they don't tell their parents or their carers where they're going or who they're with. Quite often they'll go missing from home, so that maybe they're coming home late, a few hours late from past their curfew, or they're going missing overnight for one night or a number of nights. And while they're being missing, they're being sexually abused. Mm-hmm. Quite often, children will become low in mood. They may become isolated from their friends and family. Mm-hmm. They may come home with gifts that parents don't know where they're coming from, so money, new clothes, phones, all the way of these sexual predators being able to control the child.
Right. Why do you think that it so often goes unnoticed, though?
I think with the recent media attention of child sexual exploitation, the public are becoming more aware of the issue. Mm-hmm. But at the Children's Society, we think it's really important that people are aware that child sexual exploitation can happen to boys and girls, and it can happen in different forms. So, for example, in the media, it's been a lot of gang-related child sexual exploitation, but children can be exploited via online, being groomed online. They can be exploited by one person and not a gang. And there's been more often that young people are being involved in recruiting other young people to be exploited.
You spoke about you spoke about online. I mean, we've got so many gadgets now that kids can have, you know, computers, iPhones, etc., etc. How do you protect your children from like online paedophiles, whatever, you know, to give them that safety net?
Yeah, I think it's really important that parents have that discussion with the child and they have a space that the child knows that they can talk to the parents about any problem. So they talk to the children about the dangers of sharing personal information online and outside in the real world. And they talk to the child about people pretending online that they can be whoever they want to be. So we always advise parents that they let the child talk to them, that they listen to the child and reassure the child that they care for them and are there to protect them.
I'm sorry to cut you all, but I saw a clip on Facebook where they did a little survey. They had the parents involved and they had a guy that was pretending to be of a certain age. And the parents were saying, my child will never let you in. I saw that. Did you see that? My child will never let you into the house. And it was about 4 different parents, and every single one of those children, even though their mothers thought they knew them, did it completely the opposite of what they thought they would do. So that if it was a paedophile or a rapist, they would have been in trouble. They would have been in trouble. How?
I mean, I think I saw the clip. They arranged meetings.
That's correct.
And the children actually showed up to those locations.
And it was heartbreaking for the parents. It was heartbreaking because they were like, my child's not going to come. Just not going to. They're more sensible than that, and they did.
So I mean, I know you're saying the parents should speak to them, but what other precautions do you think that we can we can use?
I think it's important that parents have that discussion with the child. They go with the phone through the phone and look at apps, which can be quite difficult for teenagers, like hard, but they educate themselves about the internet and they put the certain settings in. But also, we all have a responsibility. Schools, members of the public, us at the Children's Society will work with young people on a one-to-one basis and we'll talk to them about the dangers of online grooming and grooming on the outside world. So giving them that opportunity to talk to people, but also being aware that people care for them.
And now thinking of children who have unfortunately gone through sexual exploitation, it may be difficult for them to come forward. So what advice would we give to children who have been exploited? What encouragement can we give to them and an incentive for them to come forward and speak about what happened to them?
At the Children's Society, we work with children that are sexually abused, and we'll always say to them that we're here as an independent person that really care about you. We're here to listen, not to judge you. Quite often these sexual predators are really good at making the young people feel rubbish, making them feel they're to blame. So it's about re-educating the young person and making them believe and understand that they're not to blame. You can't consent to abuse, and just really stressing that.
You know, I can't imagine doing your job because I'd probably be like crying every day because I think it's really tough. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what age? Because I've got like nieces and nephews, and I just think they're so young at the moment. And of course, we watch over them and we, you know, and so on. But I'm just thinking, what age can you start to really speak to them about this sort of stuff? Because on the other side, I'm just thinking about parents. You kind of don't want to teach your children about something that they may not have been exposed to if they're too young. So I don't know if you know the answer to this question, but when is too young, or to start speaking about these sorts of things, or to start saying, look after yourself and don't... I don't know, because it seems really difficult. Sometimes you look at these children and you think, oh, but they're so young, they don't know anything about sex. Maybe we could be wrong. What would be your advice?
It's that little secret, that's our secret. You can't tell anybody our secret. So,
it's so difficult because sometimes you just think they're so young, so I don't want to be the person to
actually expose them to that now.
Yeah.
To something that they had no idea about.
And they maybe not even, they might not know about it at all.
Yeah. I think it's important from as early as possible that you talk to your children about equality and about being able to say no and about love and respect. And you think about them core values and the children are understanding a healthy relationship. And hopefully as they grow older, they can understand more when they see signs of someone where things are unhealthy. So I think as early as possible having that talk with your child, making them realise that you're there for them. But also there's people out there that might not be there. You know, you think about when you was in primary school, you did the stranger danger stuff, having all them elements to help better protect children.
Right.
Yeah, I think I quite agree with you, because I think you have to, I mean, it's better for you to take that control into your hands. It's better to be you who exposes it to them, because you're going to do it in a safe environment and you're going to do it with, you know, you're going to be wise about it, than have other people or other sources expose them to something that you're not even there to witness. Exactly. So in that case, parents who sort of take that on board and they decide, you know what, I want to be the one to educate my child. What advice would you give them in order to help them navigate through that difficult discussion?
We say to adults to talk to children, make sure that they know that they're there for them. Make sure they explain to them that they care for them. Talk to them about online grooming. Explain to children. Quite often at the Children's Society, when we work with children, we'll do internet safety with them, and they don't understand that once they put something online or they send a picture to someone, then it's out of their control. So as parents, having that discussion with the child about the dangers of online grooming and what happens online when you put a picture online, so having them conversations.
Do you think you almost need to kind of really make it kind of a child-friendly kind of conversation? For example, if you're talking about, because you don't want to say, look, at the end of the day, you know, if anyone touches you down there, but you might need to kind of say, like, that's your secret place. If anyone goes near your secret place, you have to tell me. That kind of thing, like try and make it something where the children are not feeling like, oh, this is like dodgy and going to go and, you know, but they know that, okay, it is this area of my body is private to me, and nobody should be going there. That's just an example of one of the things. But I mean, I guess would it be kind of conversations along those lines?
I mean,
I'm just thinking about for the future for myself when I've got to talk to my child.
And just on top of her question, do you think scaring children is the right way?
That's the thing, because you don't want to scare them. That's the thing, really.
Because I'm just thinking about what you're saying. You're trying to put, no one touch your vegetable or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like,
trying to make it child, you know.
Yeah, but should like scaring, like that stranger could take you and I'll never see you again, and like would that work, or is that just more damaging?
I think the best way is to just educate and give the facts, really. And I think it's not just about talking to them, but also listening to them and letting your child know that you're there to talk to and to be listened to, and that you do care for them. So not just giving them safety advice, but knowing that they can approach you if they've got a problem. And also, you don't have to direct things straight at them. You know, we have quite a lot of soap stories. When I work with children, they say, oh, a certain soap's having this story. Discuss that with your child. There's a lot of things that are going on in the media that you can address it with your children in that way as well.
No, you can, like, we're talking about educating the children, but what about educating the parents to seeing that difference in that child's change? You know, like something's happened to them and they change, and a mother might think, oh, they're just going through a phase or something. How do they catch that? Do you know what I mean? How would they catch that?
Those signs?
That's the word.
Yeah, I mean, it can be quite tricky, but we'd say that usually when children are being sexually abused, there is a big change in kind of their behaviour and how they're being. So they'll be more withdrawn, they may be going missing from home, and they may be coming back with bruises, they're coming back with gifts. So we advise parents to discuss with the child, tell them that they're concerned, but also talk to other professionals. You know, professionals such as myself at the Children's Society will talk to children, and we're independent, and that really works in building that relationship with them.
Can I just ask, so how does the Children's Society actually work? Like, how do people know about you? How do you get yourselves out there? Do you go into schools? Do you, I mean, I don't see any adverts on the TV.
Is
what sort of things? Well, how do you really get people to know that you are there?
Right.
Yeah, so we work in a variety of different settings. So part of my role is I'll go into schools and I do awareness raising around the dangers of going missing from home. Because quite often we find that when people go missing, when children go missing from home, that risk of child sexual exploitation. And quite often that can be because they go missing to places that we call hotspots, where these sexual predators will target the young people and groom them. And then once they're being exploited, they're more likely to be going missing from home. So we'll do awareness raising. But also when a child returns home from going missing, usually we'll get notified by the police, and then we'll go and see them and offer them what we call a return interview.
So these children who are going missing, are they children who are running away from home? What is making them like go missing? What is the reason for them to go missing most of the time from I guess from the children that you've worked with and from the work that you've done?
We find that children go missing for a variety of reasons. So some of them may live with family, some people may live with carers, in foster placements or residential. So we work with children all under the age of 18, different ages, different reasons. So problems at home, quite a frequent thing, but also bullying. Or maybe being involved in drugs or alcohol, child sexual exploitation, a new partner. So it's a different things. And what we do at the Children's Society, we'll give them the opportunity to talk to us about why they're going missing. And we'll also do stuff like a safety plan, because we know that it is normal for children to want to go out with their friends, but we want to make sure they make safe choices. So we'll kind of talk to them about telling the parents or carers where they're going, letting the parents know if they're going to be late, making sure they charge the phone, because quite often when children are missing, we can't get in touch with them because the phone's battery's died. So just giving them advice and letting them aware of support available in the day and out of hours to kind of better protect them.
Okay. Leonie, how old are the children that are at risk?
We say at the Children's Society that all children at risk of this horrific sexual abuse. At the moment, the Children's Society are really lobbying for more protection for 16 to 17-year-olds. Currently, they don't have the same level of protection from the police as younger children. So we have our campaign, Seriously Awkward, which we recommend that you check it out on our website, which is www.childrensociety.org.uk.
Thank you so much, Leonie. That has been really helpful.
Thank you very much.
We're going to take a short break now, but do stay with us because we'll be back with more on the topic of letting children be children.